make-believers. In today's video, I am doing the wrap-up of the books I munched in March and in April. Sadly, this is not going to be some huge book reviewing video. I am simply doing 2 months in one because I barely read any books in March, although I tried, but it was my hiatus, so I think I got through one. And then in April, I had my 3 books planned, and I actually only read 2 books, and one of those books was not one of the 3 books that I was actually supposed to read. So yeah, I am basically going to be reviewing the 3 books that I have read in the past 2 months instead of 6 books that I should have read by now. 6 books. But it's okay, it's fine. I'm gonna catch up because I have my Goodreads reading challenge and I gotta read at least 40 books this year, and I am about 3 books behind now. But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So, the first book we will be discussing today is Dorothy Must Die by Danielle Paige. So, I sadly did not finish this book. It is one of like 2 books that I have ever DNF'd. I can't say that I didn't like it, but it just didn't live up to what I expected. I think basically perhaps it set the bar too high by being Wizard of Oz spin-off sort of things. I mean, maybe I just have high expectations, but when I was like, Dorothy Must Die, Dorothy, a Wizard of Oz, this other girl's going to go to the land of Oz and Dorothy's bad, and oh my goodness, what are the good witches or bad witches, and you know, the wicked witches and the wicked witch, and so I just had a lot of high hopes for this book. So I think definitely my own personal expectation for the book was a little too great. So I did read most of this book. I got up to page 300 and something. I can't remember exactly which page I got up to, but the book itself is 452 pages. So I was probably about 100 to 120 pages off from the end, and I really thought I was going to power through. I also feel though the reason I didn't power through, what I think I normally would have, is also because I got a new book. So it was around the time of the Emirates Literary Festival. I feel like I've told you guys about this. I'm not sure if I haven't. What an adventure. I will fill you in. And I got books signed by some great authors, by Cassandra Clare, by Holly Black, by Pierce Brown, by Taran Matharu, who is a indie author that became a big published author because his book did so well on Wattpad, but we'll get into that. But basically, I got his book at his book panel thing, so that was kind of calling my name. So I think also just the draw of like a new shiny book, I think that kind of also was why I pulled away. And again, also because March was my hiatus, so I was doing a lot of writing and no filming and less social media, and so when it came time to read it, I really just wanted to read something that captivated me. I think I will go back when I get back on track with my reading. I think I will go back and just finish it, because I know sometimes some writers like to hold off and then they throw everything at you at the end and you're just blown away and then you can't wait to get the next book. So perhaps that's what she's done here. I'm not sure. So I am, or do believe I am, going to go back and finish it. But then again, I have been saying that about the first book that I DNF'd. What was that called? And I Darken. I've been saying that about that for over a year now. So I think I will, but let's see. The second book that I read is of course the book that stole me away from Dorothy Must Die, because it just kept showing up and looking so pretty, and I was just on such a high from the Emirates Literary Festival and just like, I want to read it now, is The Novice by Taran Matharu. So Taran Matharu is a Wattpad author, so an indie author, but he started on Wattpad, which for those of you who don't know is like a site where you can publish your book serially, which means that you can publish chapter 1, then chapter 2, then chapter 3, and you can do it every day or you can do it once a week. But he basically did it with only half his book, but it did really, really well. He had a lot of people reading it, like I think over 1 million people reading it, when obviously that got noticed by industry professionals who were like, what's the story that people are lapping up on Wattpad for free? We can make a lot of money from this. So they gave him a publishing contract, and so now he's traveling the world, traveling to Dubai so that I can meet him, and promoting his Summoner series. So let me just show you that he signed it. To Shalina, thanks for coming. Can you see that? Can you see? The Summoner series is about an orphan boy named Fletcher. It's always an orphan boy, right? But yeah, it's about an orphan boy named Fletcher who is training as a blacksmith's apprentice, and then he discovers that he has the power to summon demons. So there's his demon on his shoulder, and basically they're in a world where there are demons that, you know, walk around, but it's not demons like, you know, kill you and destroy you. Well, they are, but basically humans can connect with them and then, of course, kind of be joined in partnership and work nicely together. Anyways, he has a demon and he can summon demons, which is a very rare ability, which means that he is gifted. And being one of few gifted people in this realm at this time, and it's on the brink of war with orcs and just glorious fantasy things, he ends up going to Vulcan's Academy. And I love Academy reads. You know, it's been described as Harry Potter meets Pokemon sort of thing, and I can definitely see why, because yeah, there's the school and it's awesome, and there's demons, and it's kind of like Pokemon, so you can collect the demons, and the more demons you have, and they can go up in power rankings, and it's very, very intriguing, and it was very, very fun and enjoyable to read. I gave it a 5 stars. I'm looking forward to reading the next one, which is called The Inquisition, and I believe the whole series is finished now, so that's quite exciting, so I can just go and eat it all up, which I'm looking forward to doing. And the third and final book that I read in the last 2 months was my indie pick of the month. And that was Eyes of Winter by E.R. Bennett. This one I feel was quite similar to my feelings towards Dorothy Must Die. However, I did finish this one, and this one does pick up towards the end. There was some issues that were not the story's fault, sadly the editor's fault. So there were many times in the book where the action was described as dialogue. So for instance, if it was he turned around, that would be a dialogue. And so I found myself getting pulled out of the story a lot of times because I was just like, wait, what? He said, why did he say he turned around? I'm like, oh no, he didn't say he turned around. That's an error. So I feel like I know the author, so that's good. We're internet friends, so I do know that she's got an editor, a new editor for the second one. She's actually using my editor because she said that she had some issues with her editor. But after reading the book, I think that her editor actually didn't edit it, so that's a bit of a shame. So I do think that she's going to have it relooked at, so these issues obviously won't be issues when you guys read it if you haven't read it already. Also, I say in my review, because I've reviewed it on Amazon, I say in my review that I feel that the reader feels the main character's confusion. Now, I personally found myself very confused in terms of the story. I was confused by a lot of the main character's actions, but I do think that was intentionally confusing. So again, I didn't want that to affect my review, and then of course the end does get you, it gets you, and I do think that the next books in the series are going to really just take off. I think that perhaps this was a lot of setup and anticipation building, so I gave it a 5 stars based on potential. And I am now into Half Lost, which I was supposed to read in April, but I am now onto Half Lost, so I will be reviewing that next at the end of this month. But let me tell you, it is very enjoyable right now. I'm really enjoying it, so I think I feel a 5-star read coming on. And that is all for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up, and if you like all my other videos, then please consider subscribing. And until next time, I'll see you. Bye.